After successfully completing all their events, the final results for the Community College Sports Day are officially in. After a hard-fought battle, it was Williams House closing out in third with 273 points. Mills House finished second with 319 points. And taking home the 2011 Inter-House competition with 418 points was Forbes House. Alfredo Duncanson was named champion boy for the overall event, with Gaia Smith taking home champion girl. Now we move over to the hardwood. The Provo Basketball League is in full stride. The elites are flexing their muscles, separating themselves from the weaker teams. This past weekend on Friday, February 4th, the South Caicos team faced the Bite Ballers, followed by a doubleheader on Saturday, February 5th, the Knights versus Steelers, and the Flyers against South Caicos HB Boys. Friday night's game, South Caicos faced the Bite Ballers. And this was a pure David and Goliath matchup. But this battle ended differently as the bigger dominating South Caicos team definitely used their size to bully the smaller Bite team. At the final buzzer, South Caicos stood alone, defeating the Bite 112-83. Saturday night's doubleheader, the Knights versus Steelers, and the main event, South Caicos HB Boys up against the Flyers. Game 1, Knights versus Steelers. The Knights looked to bounce back from a double overtime loss, while the Steelers were anxious to give them their second loss. The first half of the game was back and forth, leaving the Knights with a slim lead going into the break. The second half was all Knights, as they dominated the Steelers on offense and defense. At the end of the game, it was the Knights over the Steelers by 20 points. Final score, Knights 91, Steelers 71.
We normally come out here with a game plan. It's not the biggest team in the league, but we wanted to play our hardest. We never wanted to give them any air, and then we did that. So we came out with a win. We're grateful. We already had our one loss, so that's it.
Game 2, the main event, Flyers against the HB Boys. The Flyers riding a 6-game win streak, looking to make it 7, and the HB Boys, fresh off a blowout win, looked determined to end the Flyers streak. I caught up with both coaches before the game to talk about the game plan.
Defense, run the ball. That's the strategy we usually run. Feed the big man the ball. That's it. Because, with him and this intimidation, it should be good.
Well, they look. That's all they can do is look. So what we're going to do is prove to them that that's not going to stop them. And go and do the same thing that we did to the number 1 team. Beat them in speed. Beat them in talent. Play the way that they play all the rest of the games, the way they play the last game. If they play that way, they will continue to beat all the teams. But they have to come with that mentality. They can't just think that they're going to just win. You got to put into practice, into play.
The Flyers came out sluggish, and the HB Boys took advantage. At the end of the first half, South Caicos led by 19 points. The second half was a different story. Flyers came out blazing. The Flyers were down as much as 21 points in the fourth quarter, but the Flyers rallied back to take the lead with 1 minute left in the game and didn't look back as they stole the victory. Flyers 71, HB Boys 66. Coach Cox gave us his remarks on the comeback victory.
The game before was over. The 5 Keys Knights game was over a long time ago. This is a new game. We need to play our game today. That game is finished, so we need to get into this time. So we need to play our game. And I think, they had to wake up. That was a wake-up call for them. They're down 21 points. You're still thinking about the game you won before. You can't think of that game. That game is past. So I told them either they got to play now. Well, I think one of my big men was moving a little too slow. So I put in a 3-guard, which was much faster. Ball speed, and tied the other team was real quick. And I think that worked to our advantage. And that's the only reason we came back from that 21-point down.
The Provo Basketball League continues Friday, February 11th at the Gustavus Lightbourne Sports Complex at 7 p.m. For WIB4 Sports, I'm Denard Sweeting.